Hi everyone, welcome back to Chai and Chat with Neha, and this is episode 8. And today we are going to discuss very hot topic, I must say, because it is hot nowadays. It's hot with youngsters it has been hot every time, but now I think people are realizing the fact how important it is, and we are talking about weight training here. So it is becoming a really important topic with my parents' generation, my generation, and the upcoming generation. And in order to talk about this, we have a very special guest. Welcome, Yuvraj, to Chai and Chat with Neha. I am super excited to have you here and what we are going to talk about today. But before we go and dig further into, what we are going to talk about, could you please tell us a little about yourself?
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here. And before we start, I want to keep it very short and simple intro. It's been like more than 10 years into the industry, and I've transformed over 100 plus people of all ages, people from every aspect of life. I've got bureaucrats, sports persons, I've been training males, females, people from all around the world. This is what I've been doing in the past. This is who I am.
Since you are a celebrity trainer, is it different to train a celebrity versus a common man?
Well, yes, to be very honest, it is very, it's like two poles apart. They've got different lifestyle. There's no fixed, timing when it comes to their, work. When it comes to their profession, they've got, 24 hours shift, 36 at times. Then we are flying from one country to the another, different states, different culture, different food, different conditions. So yeah, one can say it was a different experience for me to, get used to the whole thing. Initially, it wasn't easy for me as well to, get into this sort of travel and the conditions were not quite favorable, but I got used to it. And when it comes to a 9 to 5 person or maybe a businessman, they've got, up to some extent, I must say, they've got a different lifestyle where everything is sorted. 9 to 5, you have your fixed number of hours in a week or in a day. So yeah, it's altogether a different scenario when it comes to training celebs. It's a different experience as well.
I'm sure. And when we see a celebrity with a transformation, right? We only hear the celebrity did, like, for example, if I go back in like time and think about Kareena Kapoor did for for this movie, and where she lost quite a lot of weight, and all we heard about is like she did power yoga. But is it only the workout that's only changing the celebrity? Because people follow them. People, they are the real influencers. They have influence over people's life, right? So people follow them regardless of like being a male or female. So whenever they see any celebrity doing something, they want to do that. But what I want to know from you is like, what's the bigger picture? Is it only the workout that's what they're doing, it's making a difference, or is it something else? Like, I hope I'm
Yeah, I got your point. But first thing first, I must say is to be a celeb in a country like India, it's not an easy job. People really look up to you. And talking about transformation, to be very honest, there's no magic wand or there's no magic workout split. It has to be like you have to put all the blocks together where you got workout, then you got recovery, then you got cardio and diet, sleep, and there are so many things. It's a teamwork and putting all the blocks together, and that is when you get to see a good transformed body. Or if you're getting ready for a photo shoot, if you're getting ready for a project, it can be anything, but it takes a toll on body. It has to be more of a mental preparation before you start transforming yourself. So this is how it goes, and it looks a lot easier, but believe me, with the kind of skid they have, it's not.
got it. So you're saying, so basically there's an entire team that goes behind the work that they are doing, and
Absolutely.
for them. Got it. So I mean, when we are talking about people getting trained, so I mean there lot of questions that are coming to my mind. So let's start with if somebody is trying to lose weight, right? Because that's like the biggest thing out there right now that, oh, like I have to lose weight, but where should I start from? So how a person can start the journey of losing weight?
So then again, I would say ki you have to be very clear, like what exactly you want to achieve. The most important thing is to make up your mind for that. Are you really prepared for that, or is it that you want to do it for the sake of peer pressure, or just for the sake of going to the gym, or or maybe you just want few likes on Instagram, or any other social media platform. So I would say, if you really want to transform, if you want to feel better, if you want to feel stronger, lighter, and if you want to look good in the mirror just for yourself, that is where it becomes more easier for you. It becomes more sustainable, and it can be like as easy as, waking up and brushing your teeth in the morning. That is when things get easy for you.
Okay, very, very well said. Because now that peer pressure is a lot, right? Even more than before. Before, I remember when I was in my teenage years, like I also wanted to look good, but then it was not as much of a pressure. There was no social media back then.
Yeah,
But
absolutely. I agree that there's a lot of pressure when it comes to social media presence, especially people getting more likes and they flaunt their likes and views. So this is like altogether, it's altogether a different scenario now. You go 10 years back, like 2010s or early 2000s, things were like very easy and simple, no flaunting. People, won't brag about things, but it's a different scenario now. Yeah.
so, what are the common mistakes that people do in their journey when they are trying to lose weight?
So first thing that I can, think of is they make it overcomplicated, where like they go bland on food, or maybe they cut down all the calories very soon. They have to understand is that, it's a gradual process. It wasn't overnight thing. Like they never gained like 10-20 kgs overnight, so it's going to take time. It's going to be like reversing the whole process where you gain 10 kgs of weight, and in order to lose those 10 kgs you got to give yourself time, make it more sustainable. Don't just rush or put yourself to swords in order to lose weight. So it's like taking the water out of the swimming pool. So it takes time, and that too with the mug. You cannot just put a you cannot just take out whole water in one go. So it's like a gradual brick by brick process. So that is
Sure.
where most of the people lose track because of they want to run ahead of time. So this is what I've seen over the years.
Okay. And you have trained both males and females. What are the differences you notice when they start their journey of losing weight?
See, to be very honest, male body is very easy to deal with. And when it comes to females, they've got so many things happening in a month. With age, they've got so many hormonal issues happening and changes around them. So, in order to deal with them, you have to be really smart as a trainer when it comes to female body. And when I structure my workout plan for females, so it's a different workout. I train I want my female clients to train 50% of their workout around the lower body area. Like for example, if they're going 6 days a week, so I make sure they train three to, if not four, 3 days in a week. They're working around their lower body, and rest goes for upper body. And when it comes to males, they've got a different outcome when they start training. They have no issues as such if compared to female body. So yeah, in a way you can say you have to be smart enough to understand males and females, and then you structure your plans and execute things accordingly.
Got it. There is also a term called like when like I remember I started losing weight. I hit a plateau because I was doing weights, I was doing everything. I was waking up at 5 o'clock when I was in back in India. So why does that happen? Why do we hit that?
See, it's about body getting used to it. body gets customized and gets used to the, yeah. But first of all, like, body is not happy to let go the extra weight. So in order to lose that fat, you have to be really smart enough to plan your things accordingly. And there comes a time, like you said, you hit a plateau. So it's gonna happen for sure. Body's gonna retaliate. Body gets into that retaliation mode where body needs something new. Maybe it can be like increase in the cardio, or decrease in the calories, or maybe both at the same time. And third, and the most important thing is like how well you recover from your workouts. That is going to make a huge difference in your outcome. And when it comes to plateau, you have to act smart. At times, you have to go back to refeed, where you have to feed yourself in order to get your metabolism right back on track. So there are so many things happening, but you got to see closely what exactly has happened in the past and what exactly is missing, and then you proceed according to that.
Got it. And with that, something that's coming to my mind is what are the misconceptions out there? Right. So, one that's coming to my mind is, and I've heard this a lot, like, as female, you should not, take so many weights, like, it's not recommended. So, is that true? And what are the other misconceptions out there?
So I'll tell you this: I've got female clients, those who can outlift guys in the gym.
Okay. Wow. Thank you for
So
saying that. 'Cause we really needed to hear this.
So I've got females, those who've been lifting, when it comes to deadlifts, they deadlifted around 80 kgs, and that too for a woman in India. It's a different culture. Let me be very honest. Now time has changed. People, have started realizing that a female body, if starts lifting, cannot look like a man. Like, they're two poles apart again. Like, males, they have testosterone, and on the other hand, it's a different female hormone. So you cannot look manly if you start lifting, until unless you pop something or inject something that makes you enhanced, and where it's a different story. Until unless you're stepping onto a stage, or maybe you're competing, or there's so many things. So this is the biggest misconception I've seen over the years, in the society. And people don't allow females, parents basically, they don't allow their daughters to hit the gym. So I would say, like, people should realize this. Like, we adapt so many things from Western culture, but we yet to adapt this. So I'm really looking forward to it. Like, the society comes up with this change, and where females start lifting, they'll feel better and stronger for sure.
Right, right. Because I remember my mom, she's like, no, hey, how much weights do you lift every day? And I'm like, 5 pounds. Oh my God, I'm just lifting 5 pound, like one 5 pound dumbbell, right? Like, and she's like, oh, that's a lot for a woman. I'm like, okay, we need this. And I'm glad you said that because we needed this myth to be bursted out there. And I mean, it was required because many females feel that if they'll like lift these many weights, they will start making the bodies of how we see the champions who show their bodies in the competition. And
Yeah, but people need to understand this. Like, it's a male body is different and female body is different. They've got different hormone structures, and you cannot look like a man until you're enhanced. Yeah.
got it. So like small, even if they are like, let's say 10 pounds or like 20 pounds, it's totally fine for women to lift it and it would not impact their health in any way, right? Is that correct?
Not at all. Not at all. Just feel free. This is for all the females out there. Just go and lift. It's very important. And I must say this: females, they've got more strength as compared to men.
Got it. And given that female have to give birth, right? And
Yeah.
that's what that is that the reason you're saying they have got more
Yeah, up to some extent, they have better and maybe more pain bearing capacity as compared to men.
got it. Okay, so even if let's say they lift weights, it's totally okay, like how we said it.
Yes, it is.
And
It is.
oh, awesome. And are there any other misconceptions that you've heard around? like weight
Yeah,
training?
there's so many like colorful waters. Like I'm talking about green teas, green, red, black, and there's so many colorful waters, in the market that you drink and you'll end up losing weight. If that was that easy, no one would have been walking around with a belly in the park. So you got to come out of your comfort zone, eat right, start lifting weights, do some cardio, and get ample sleep and get rid of stress whenever it's possible. I know we are living in a different world now where stress is a part of daily life, but still I would say find your ways, pick up any physical activity, be it walk in the park or going to the gym or swimming, cycling, trekking, whatever works for you. Just go out and explore your strength. This is what I believe.
Okay. And you have said eat right. So I wanna I have a question around it. And how important it is, like when you're working out, to have the right nutrition.
See, there are two things. First is eating healthy and eating precisely.
Okay.
So there are two different things. So maybe there is a chance you're eating healthy, but you're not eating precisely. So when it comes to precisely eating, I mean you're not having the right amount of macronutrients, be it carbs, fats, and protein. Maybe there is a chance you might be eating all the salads, all the colorful salads in the world with all the seeds, but is it really precise? And when I talk about precise eating, so you have to take your lifestyle into consideration, whether you're active mover or super active, you're an athlete, or maybe you're 9 to 5 office goer, or whosoever you are, you have to, analyze your lifestyle, and then you need to plan your diet and your workout and your lifestyle.
Got it. I have heard a lot of buzzwords like eat what your grandparents were eating, right? But our grandparents were eating a lot of carbs back then.
Yeah.
So I understand where they are coming from, but how important it is to, when you're talking about precise, right? How important it is to structure our plate in a way that will help how we work out.
See, it's a very, very good question, I must say. And for me, first thing on my plate has to be protein, a source of protein. It can be in any form, be it in the form of, eggs, chicken, or red meat, or maybe, all the lentils, tofu, or whatever. Whatever comes to mind. If you're vegetarian, you can pick up accordingly. If you're non-vegetarian, I would prefer eggs, chickens, things like that. So first thing first is protein, a source of protein, then a source of carbs, be it in the form of rice or chapati. I love eating chapati. People say if you want to lose fat, you need not to eat chapati, rice, stay away from potato. That's not the case. If you know how many calories you are intaking and the amount of calories you're burning, life is so easy, and it's as simple as doing any other thing in the world. People have overcomplicated things. I don't know for what reason. It has been a talk of the town, no rice, no carbs, and things like that, blah blah blah. But I'm not bookish. Third, and the most important thing is fats. A source of fats
Okay.
should be there, be it in the form of, I don't mind having a spoon of desi ghee, and or maybe walnuts,
Okay.
pistachios. They're my favorite. So this is how I plan my meals. My meals are usually like 3 to 4 meals in a day, and I know the amount of calories I'm burning, and at the same time I know the amount of calories I'm consuming. So it becomes very easy for me to plan workout and diet according to it.
Okay, so you're saying that when we are eating, it's important to take account of the calories that we are also eating.
Yeah, it's very easy. See, you can pick up any smartwatch. It tells you the amount of calories you're burning. And when it comes to a calorie counting, so there are so many apps. MyFitnessPal is like my favorite. It's very easy. You've got everything there in the app. Whatever is there under the sun, like you can put dals, all the lentils, legumes, tofu, everything. And they've got this option to scan a pack and get to know whatever is there in the.
Got it. So when somebody comes to you, right, like, and they want to get trained, so how do you structure their workout? Like, do you also give them the tips, like, or do you create the whole meal plan for them?
So, first thing first, I just get their blood work done.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very important to see maybe that there is a chance that there is a huge chance that I look handsome when it comes to my outlook, but what's happening inside, it's very important for me to know and take that into consideration. So I make sure lipids are fine, make sure liver is functioning well, and when it comes to males, make sure their testosterone levels are good, and females, estrogens, estradiol, everything. Apart from this, micronutrient consideration is very important. Let me just add to this. Over 80% of the world population is vitamin D deficit.
Yes,
So I have to take each and everything into consideration so that, the guesswork goes up.
got
So
it.
when I've got blood work with me, I've got their lifestyle with me and their eating habits, their likes, their dislikes, their do's and don'ts. Maybe there is a chance they might be allergic to any, particular food group, a lactose intolerant. Maybe there is a chance. So there are so many things to look at so
Okay,
that, I hit the mark.
got it.
So for that, I need to know each and everything, whatever has happened or whatever is happening, with my clients. So once I know that, so that's how I plan things accordingly, so that there's no guesswork left.
Got it. And with that, right? Like right now we are talking about like people of our age or people like who are young. But how important it is to lift weight for older people?
See, when it comes to lifting, let me just add something here. Once you're 35, you start losing your muscle at the rate of knots.
Okay.
So in order to reverse that, you have to go to the gym. I know most of the times when I say this, people, I've got different opinions. But for me, gymming is very important in order to, get your muscle mass intact. You have to have, I've seen people, those who are above 50 or 60s, they're not able to walk properly, maybe because of the lack of muscle they have. Like uh, with age, you start losing muscle, and in order to, get that going or keep them intact, it's very important that you go to the gym no matter what other physical activities you relish. I've seen people, they're more into running marathons or going to the, uh, going out for a sports activities, but you have to have a session, at least 3 to 4 sessions in a week, where you can, reverse that deterioration of muscles with age.
Got it. So let's say if I talk about my parents and they haven't done any like weight training so far, and if they start, would they be able to regain those muscles back?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
there are so many evidences, and in fact, while I was scrolling like an hour or so back, I came across a video where there's this lady, 80 odd years. She went to the gym. She started lifting at the age of 75.
Okay.
So age is just a number, as they often say, and I believe the same. There's no age for learning, or maybe it's just the mindset. If you want to start, like if we talk about KFC, he founded at the age of 65.
Yes, yes.
So start going, start lifting, and once you fall in love with weight training, it won't be like easy for you to say no to the gym.
Yes, yes. And I felt that. I have started lifting weights recently again after giving birth. And I think what's coming to my mind now is I'm a petite woman and there are some girls who are like really like nicely built and tall. So does it make a difference how many weights I am picking? Like is there a weight limit that I can pick and versus somebody who's taller?
Height won't make a difference. It's just that it's a gradual process. With time, you get to learn things, and with time, you get, endured, and with time, you increase your strength. So this is how it is. Start gradually, and you'll end up, putting on weights, like, and lifting more weights with time. It's like, it's like a child going to the school. They've got a different grades for them, different ways for them. So this is how it goes.
Okay. Sounds good. Coming back to the diet, right? There are a lot of people who are vegetarians and there are people who are vegans now. Does it impact somehow how we do the weight training and how we look at fitness levels?
See, to be very honest, being a vegetarian or a vegan in India is a biggest sin.
Okay.
So, reason being, you don't have options in India. First thing first, being an Indian, I can easily relate to this when I say this. There are so many adulteration.
Okay.
And the most important thing is when you're vegetarian, when you're vegan or vegan, so you have to eat more precisely
Okay.
in order to, put on lean muscle mass or if you want to lose weight. So there's a problem with the vegetarian diet when you want to increase the weight, increase the protein intake, carbs they come along,
Okay.
or maybe the fat, joins in.
Got
So
it.
that is the only difference. Else, there's no difference, and it won't make a difference if you eat precisely. Like if you're hitting your macros, like and if you're hitting your protein goals, carbs and fats. If you can manage that, it's a little difficult. But once you brainstorm things and put them together, life is easy, and
Okay.
you can be as strong as any other non-vegetarian out there.
Got it. I so basically you're saying that there is no sheer protein in vegetarian diet.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. In India, it's not. In India, it's not. Maybe overseas, you've got yogurts, you've got so many variety of what do you call tofus out there, but not in India. It's very difficult to find the right product.
got it. Okay. Wow, that's such a vast information because so many people have these misbeliefs that oh, we cannot gain muscles, we don't have protein source, we have to eat a lot of protein. And with lot of protein also comes like how much protein is there a limit like according to weight that we should eat protein or let's say if I eat protein throughout day in and day out like is there something called as protein saturation that can happen?
Protein is a very forgiving macronutrient, to be very
Okay.
honest. But when it comes to fat loss or muscle building, yes, you have to eat the right amount of protein. And even if you don't go to the gym, I always make sure, I've got people of all ages and people from different backgrounds where I have to design just the diet plan for them. So I make sure at least 1 gram per kg that is needed to,
Okay.
carry out your daily routines. But if you're a serious athlete, you're going to the gym, you're training hard, you're a sports person. So for them, I prefer like 2 grams per kg. And if you're a moderate, guy, the guy who goes to the office and goes for a workout, 1.5 is a good number. 1.5 per kg. 1.5 grams per kg.
Got it. Okay. And how important it is, and let's talk in terms of days, number of days. So let's say I've started this workout for losing muscle, or not losing muscle, sorry, my bad, losing weight. And what are the minimum days I should do? So how to balance basically strength training versus cardio?
See, then again, it depends on your goal. If your goal is
Okay.
to be, just like, just if it's just an activity for you, I would say one day on, one day off would do the job. If you really want to get
Okay.
into good shape and where you look up to celebs, or if you want to be one, if you want to look good in the mirror or anything like that, then I would say like at least 4 sessions in a week, weight training sessions
Okay.
in a week, and followed by another 3 sessions of cardio maybe in a week. That will do the job for you. So total of somewhere around 7 to 10 sessions in a week.
Okay. And what is the best food that you can have right after workout for muscle recovery?
For muscle recovery, I always prefer protein on top of the list, be it in the form of chicken. Like I've got different mindset. I always believe that I need to chew my source of protein in the form of chicken or eggs or fish. I'm a big time non-vegetarian. Like I really relish eating that. If I'm not able to have my meal, so I make sure one and a half scoop of protein right after my workout.
Okay. So is there a difference between like how it is? Like, for example, whey protein versus then we have our own protein, like the desi protein, I would call it, the Sattu, right? Like the powder that we
Yeah.
have from the
I
roasted
knew that was
chicken.
coming. Yeah, that makes a lot of difference.
Okay.
Um, Coming to protein first. So there is the right amount of protein, right amount of calories. You know, when it comes to a scoop of protein, you've got the right amount of flavoring in it, and along with that, you've got the right amount of essential amino acids in a scoop of protein. And when it comes
Okay.
to sattu, there's nothing defined. Like, and most of the times people do consider it as a source of protein, but I would say it's a good source of protein, but comes along with tons of carbs in it.
Okay. So
So
it's
that is
not
where,
sheer. Okay.
no, not at all, not at all, without a doubt. Protein, a scoop of protein wins the race when it comes to, comparing sattu versus a scoop of protein. I would say there's no comparison. Then
Okay.
again, going back to as we discussed, you might be eating healthy, but are you eating precisely? And are you really having the things you need? So that is where it makes a difference. If you really look up to a guy or a girl in the gym that stands apart from the crowd, is because she or he is eating precisely.
Got it.
That is where it
Okay.
makes a difference. Yeah.
And you also use this term lean muscle mass. What is it? And what are the exercises that we need to do in order to get that?
See, for lean muscle mass, I would prefer start lifting. If you ask me, I'm a huge fan of weight training. I've got like I said, I've got females, those who can outlift in the gym, or those who can outlift guys in the gym. So if you ask me, for me, weight training has to be top of the list. Be it in any form, whether you like CrossFit or you want to go to the gym where you've got different workout splits. The answer is simple. Start lifting weights.
Got it. So it's not that I can go for a walk and I mean, I would see some difference in a different way, but in order to gain that lean muscle mass, we have to lift.
See, resistance training has to be top of the list, without a doubt. Walking is more of a cardio. Walking is a cardio. You might end up losing weight, you might lose some fat, but in order to, generate or retain your lean muscle mass, you have to lift weights. No doubt about it.
Got it. And okay, now let's come to people who are like me, who are working day in and day out, and it's like we don't get much time, right? And we want to get fit. So in order to get fit, what are the best exercises we can do? Let's say there is no way we can squeeze in time. Let's divide this question. Let me
Yeah.
first start with women who are mothers, who have to take care of home, who have to take care of meals and everything, and then I have to also go into how much, like, I cannot think about precise at that point in time. So what are the ways I can start thinking about my health, and how can I introduce resistance training or like strength building into my regime?
To be very honest, first thing is you need to be a little selfish. Let me just add to it. If you're healthy, if you're strong, and if you feel good about yourself, you can look after your family in a better way. You won't be a burden on your family members. With passing time, you've got so many things to deal with. I know, like, a female body itself goes through so many things. Then you've got other duties as well. You have to look after your child, your family, but above all, you have to look after yourself. You have to be a little selfish in order to be a little more happier. And I believe if you feel happy, the same vibes they go into a child, the same vibe goes into your food, and it passes on to the whole family. And as a mother, as a female, you know it's like you bind the whole family together. So it's like women, they're the pillar of the family. So if the pillar of any building is weak, you can well imagine the building won't last long. So just take out time. Like I believe if you really want to do anything, you can squeeze a little here and there and take out, like, if not 1 hour, take out 45 minutes or half an hour of weight training, or start with any activity first.
Okay.
Fall in love with yourself, and then eventually you'll see a change, and then you'll start feeling better, and with time I'm sure you'll fall in love with yourself, and you would love to be a little more stronger, a little more leaner, and all the things that you want to achieve when it comes to your outlook. So this
Got
is
it.
what I believe. You have to be a little selfish.
So just start. And even if they want to lift weights, let's say they don't have time to go to gym, they can just start following a YouTube video or something that's out there, like app.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You can start with a power yoga. That's
Okay.
like you don't need much of a gadget for that. Just a mat and put on a YouTube video, and you're good to go.
Okay, so like there is a term called working out with your own weight, the body weight that we have.
Body weight, yeah.
So that
See,
is
initially, I would say it's a good choice,
okay.
because what happens is when you start using your body weight, there comes a time, when body adapts to it. Then you need to add more resistance, maybe in the form of weights, or maybe resistance bands are there, or maybe you can get a pair of dumbbells at home, something like that. But for everyone whosoever is under the sun, they should go to the gym.
Sure, I got the point, Yuvraj. Everyone has to go to the gym. No, I totally
Yes.
agree with that. And now coming to the second part of the question, males, right? Males who are like in mid 40s, right? And they are working like from home, and sometimes obviously they are going to offices, but then in order to like do the weight training similar for them as well, that they should just start with their body weight first and then start lifting weights.
See, it's like crawling, running, and then sprinting towards your goal. So I don't
Okay.
mind if you have, like, if you can just take out half an hour for yourself. Then again, a father has to play certain roles for the family. And then again, if you feel good within, you feel good, let go good vibes. So this is the I'm a huge fan when it comes to, like, for example, you walk in to a room, before you utter even a single word, your whole body speaks for itself. So you need not to say anything. And I've seen, like, if you're fit, if you're, whether, I'm not sure whether to use this term or not, if you're good looking, people want to listen to you. Even if
Got
you
it.
say all the rubbish things in the world, people really want to listen to you, and they believe whatever is coming out of his or her mouth is the truth.
Got it.
So
So
it,
when you're
it can,
saying good, sorry. So when you're saying good looking, I guess you meant that you have that aura that, like that you're standing and people are really looking
yeah,
at you that, oh wow,
exactly. People get awestruck, like, they want to listen more and more from you. No matter whatever you're saying, people just want to listen to you. So
got
this can
it.
really help
So
you in your office, or maybe in your institution, or in every aspect of life.
got it. And now the third part of that question, how soon a youngster can, like, so if I talk about young adults, right? Like teenagers. So what is the right age to start lifting weights? Or is there any age that we can do that?
See, I've got different perspective to it.
Okay.
Like I believe, like, if a child is around like 3 to 4 years, they should
Mm-hmm.
be sent out, for maybe they can start with gymnastics.
Okay.
This is what I believe. So what it does is it adds to your stability, it gives you strength and better hand-eye coordinations. Then it really open everything. Like, they could get into any sort of sports like swimming, or maybe we don't have a culture here like 3 4 year child is not allowed to, he or she is kept in a shell, where people or parents, they're protective. This is the age I feel, they should let go, and let go the child, explore things, different things, and there is a chance he or she might pick up a sport, and you never know, we might end up, producing a champion. So this is the right age, like 3 to 4 years, they should indulge into some sports activities with their hand-eye coordination gets better. And there comes a time when they enter their teens, 13, 14, 15 is the right age, I would say. Uh,
Okay.
a child should start going to the gym, or if not gym, power yoga or any other activity, that gives, that channelizes, their energy levels. They're really high, their energy is going through the roof at that time. So I believe it's very important to channelize that. Given it a right direction, a child can do wonders. And this is what I've seen in a Western culture. 13, 14-year old goes to the gym, and by the time they reach their high, their 20s, they're altogether different,
Yes.
different looking guys. So in India, I say, like, people start going to the gym after 20. Like, they give a thought, okay, we need to go to the gym. And by the time they're 25, they're into their jobs, they lose their way.
Yes.
So we
Yes.
have
Yes.
to adapt, certain things from Western countries where, lifestyle is different. We really look up to them. We really, admire those physiques or, other things, but we should take these things from them and, implement in our lives. This is what I believe.
Wow. Yes, very well said. Like I have seen people here, even if it's like cold outside, they'll go for running, they'll go for
Yeah.
jogging. So there is no limiting boundaries for them.
Yeah.
Oh, like
Exactly.
for us, it's very different. Oh, it's running. Oh, sorry, it's raining. I'm not gonna go outside, right?
We've
Yes,
got all the excuses in the world.
yes, yes, we do. With that, like, do genetics play a big role in the fitness journey?
See, to be very honest, up to some extent, it does.
Okay.
But then again, we have this habit of, running away with excuses. Oh, my genetics are poor. Man, you got to explore your genetics first. Have you been consistent, like with your diet, with your cardio, with your workout, with your rest, with your stress management for at least 6 months? If everything is there on the checklist, then or maybe another 6 months, 12 months, then we can jump onto certain conclusion where you can say that I've explored everything, I've done everything I could do, I have bad genetics. But that's not the case. To be recently, I saw this post where an Indian won that strongman award. So it's just that we need to explore our strengths, our genetics. In order to do that, you have to give it all for at least 1 year. If
Got it. While we were talking about Westerners, right? Indian body is different when it comes to strength training, or is it just same?
I would say it's just the same, but it's a different culture. Like, again, they have a good lifting experience. They start lifting, you know, in their teens, and in India or maybe Indian bodies, they're different because we don't have that much of experience when it comes to lifting. We start lifting after teens or maybe later than that. So that is where the whole difference is.
And let's go back to like because I'm really forcing my parents to start lifting some weights. So and the reason they have this mindset that they don't want to because they feel that they might injure themselves because they don't know how to do it. So is there a tip that you can give to that generation so that they prevent
So
that injury?
yeah, I got that. But yeah, the first thing is, like, you have to learn a certain skill. It's a skill. End of the day, like, going to the gym, doing the right amount of exercises, and picking up the right weight in the right manner. It's a skill. It requires time, and for that, I would suggest, like, you hire a good trainer to that, so that you learn all the biomechanics and how to use all the machines in the gym.
So basically, start going to the gym and learn the skills. And then, if they feel like that they have learned everything, like how it is to be lifted, then they can start lift those weights by themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Give yourself at least 6 months. Hire a good trainer, learn all the skills, If you have ample time, you can, read books or watch YouTube videos. This how you learn.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, I'm just like going through if there's any question that I can squeeze in, and we have been through such important information today. I and I feel like what we talked about, thank you so much, Yuvraj, for giving your insights, because we broke a lot of myths out there. And
Yeah, absolutely,
you
we
have
did.
given yeah, and you have given such a nice pointers for people to start working out. But is there, like, before we call it a day, is there anything you would like to share, a tip or something, so that people start taking it very seriously?
See, one thing, I'll keep it very short. Stop giving excuses. Be selfish. Be a little selfish in a good manner and start going to the gym. That's it. Nothing fancy, nothing flamboyant. There's no magic wand in the world, and nothing happens overnight. So you got to give yourself ample time, love yourself, and spread positivity. If someone is trying to lose weight, be a little kind. And if you know, and if you think you know better than those guys, those who are struggling, be, humble enough, show some courtesy, walk up to them, talk to them. They might be facing, humiliations or so many things. Just be, a little more generous towards them. I've seen so many videos where people are, trying to body shame people. Please don't do that. Be a little kind. This is what I want to say. Let's make this, place better. By whatever you can, it's not monetary thing. It costs nothing to be humble, show some, what do you call, generosity, or maybe a little more courtesy. And you never know, one word of yours might do wonders for others. This is what I believe.
I mean, amazing. Thank you for saying that, right? Because, I mean, a small gesture really goes a long way when you're uplifting somebody. You never know how your words are impacting people out there.
True,
Thank you.
I get so many messages where I never know, like, posted a story and I get a reply from someone saying, "Oh, I saw that story and that did the job for me. I was feeling low and I saw your post or saw your story and I went to the gym." That is that. This is, you never know. So you never know, one word or one liner of yours can do wonders, and at the same time that might spoil the whole mindset of a human being, of other human beings. So be
Yes.
nice to them. Be nice to everybody whosoever is there around you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I think this is the mantra of 2025. Be humble, be empathetic, be helpful. I mean, it doesn't cost money to just support somebody. Thank you so much, Yuvraj. Such amazing time I had. Like, I want to go on and on. And
And
thank you so much
feel the
coming
name.
to Chai and Chat with Neha and giving us such empowering information today. I wish and I hope that somebody would listen to it and really put an effort.